So, how old were you when you got out of that business?
This was 4 years ago, man.
Oh,
Apenas,
so you're fresh out. What made you get out?
Los huevos, bro.
See, you didn't want to work.
I had a disagreement.
Okay.
You know,
yeah. It's my way or the highway.
No,
okay.
it was one of those where you just kind of hit the ¿cómo se dice? The road hits the hay kind of thing. Like, you know what? I can't agree with this anymore.
Yeah, let's agree to disagree. Ahí te guacho.
Y sabes que, and I still love everybody there. I still talk to them all the time.
Yeah. Was it a disagreement with just one person in particular?
No, it was just this customer is not more important than this customer.
Oh, okay.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, you know, for me it was, hey, we need to treat everybody this, and that's what it came down to.
Oh,
like at the end of the day. You know, it was just me finally realizing, like, I can't do this anymore on the day.
The day you walked out of that job, what were your thoughts, man? I mean, where yeah?
Dude, this is what I've been doing for 12, 13 years already.
But obviously, you know, you have good experience in that field, so there would probably be another opportunity at another company.
I ended up with George Jimenez at Jimenez Logistics.
What's up, George? What's up, George La Jolla?
Saludo.
He took me in.
So how long did you stay unemployed?
2 months.
2 months.
You know, I'm not one to you know.
You're not gonna sit around.
No, I can't. And I'm not one of those people like. ¿Sabes qué?
Cuando te llega el primer unemployment check, estás jalando, carnal.
Eso.
And I can't apply. I can't do. You know, I can't. There's always stuff to do.
Sí.
George, you know, came in, offered me a job. I was there for 2 years. Finally, I said, man, you know, it wasn't working out for me. I wasn't meant for that life, that broker life. It was a different, you know, kind of, it wasn't operations, but it was an amicable, como dicen los divorces, it was an amicable separation.
Sí.
George and I are still good friends.
Irreconcilable differences.
Exactly.
I know those words.
So then I'm going to go without you asking questions, porque as you know, it's going into
well, I wanted to ask you, is there a certain amount of stress that goes with that job, man?
There was. The whole thing is, though, like, you learn how to compartmentalize it. You know, hey, I'm going to worry about this, you know, and you already know where the problem's going to be. You already know. Before the driver gets on the road, con esta load, no va a pasar nada. Con esta load, sabes que it's going to be a little heavier. It's going to be this, it's going to be this. So you already know. I'm pushing out during the day. On weekdays, I was pushing out 14, 15 loads a day. You know, on the weekends, on a Friday, we're pushing out 42 to 50 loads a day. So ya sabes, hey, these are the ones that I have to pay extra special attention to. It wasn't so much the stress in that, man.
Is there any room for error?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. There's always room for error.
So then it's okay, and then there's a solution, and we can fix it. So this is nothing catastrophic that you can do to mess anything up.
Unless, you know, we had tragedies. We had, you know, drivers have accidents. We had drivers have a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know.
But as far as your duty, you know.
I mean, you know, sabes que le vas a cagar. Everyone's going to cagar. The biggest thing, and what my grandfather Guillermo always taught me, like, hey, si la cagas, componla.
Yeah. That's what I always say. I mean, look, let's screw the problem. What's the solution?
Exactly.
Yes, and you look on this, because there's some people can dwell on the problem for months, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't got time to dwell on it. We need to find a solution and fix this now, you know. So, yeah. But, so then the stress wasn't that heavy.
Not at all. I mean, you know, you learn how to deal with it. I mean, I grew up on the ranch, man.
So you're still currently employed with them?
No.
So how long were you with them?
I was with Jimenez for 2 years.
Okay.
And then, you know, we had that amicable separation.
Irreconcilable differences.
Love you, George. And then I got another job offer to run a trucking company, and my buddies, you know, good friends of mine asked me if I could help them run their restaurant. Get out Brickfire Pizza and more.
Okay, yeah.
I started with Brickfire December 13th of 2017.
That's interesting, because you had a job, and this restaurant, you know, business was going to be a side hustle for you then, or what?
It was actually going to be. I had a job that I had already committed to, and they offered me, and I said, you know what? I need a challenge, man. I can go into the transportation industry and do what I've been doing for 14 years.
With your eyes closed.
Yeah. Or I can go take a challenge. I'd never been in the restaurant industry. I didn't know.
And you know, that kind of happens at the age of 40. You're 41, 42, and then you look at what you've done, and you want to try something different. They call it a midlife crisis. I think it's just we want to challenge ourselves and just try to push into something different and see if we can still succeed. And so that's what you did.
That's what I did. And
you've never been in the food industry or the food service industry or anything like that.
I worked at Subway when I was 18 years old for like 6 months, bro. Yeah, and I jumped in head first, man. Because that's what I do. Like if you take me on, if I come to your company or come to be your friend, you're gonna give me 110% regardless. Yeah.
So you were holding down 2 gigs then, right? For a little while?
For a little bit.
Okay.
And then, Breakfire took over. He said, like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this work.
So how long after you got into Breakfire Pizza did you decide that you were just going to dedicate your entire time to them?
About a month.
A month.
Less than a month.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah.
See, I saw what it could do, bro. It's right in the heart of Mission. Mission's my heart. Mission is everything that I've always wanted to. It's the community that you always come back to. No matter where you go, it's always calling you back.
Was that a lot less off your plate than
it was more.
It was more.
It was more.
Yeah, running a business.
Running a restaurant. Running a business is one. Running a restaurant is 2.
Y hay toda la city politics y todo ese pedo.
Es la cosa, bro. In the city of Mission, everybody's my friend, man. ¿Sabes qué? Like,
chingo de free pizzas.
You want? Yes, come on. Let me see. Yeah. You want a donation? Do you want? Estaba como Oprah. You want a donation? You get a donation. Everybody gets donations.
Extra pepperoni for you.
Pura pizza.
You know what? I've built my life in Mission. Just trying to be right with everybody.
Yeah.
Regardless of politics,
you've grown credibility, and
that's it. I ran the Boys and Girls Club for 10 years. I volunteered with them for 25 years. Like every kid that has played a sport in Mission in the last 20 years, I probably know. And I started coaching their kids.
As a matter of fact, he was my daughter's coach, dude, for Little League Baseball.
Yeah. And that you just give back.
Man, that takes some real, I mean, I know a lot of coaches get shat on sometimes at games and stuff like that, or people bitch about them and stuff. But you know what? It takes a certain type of individual to use their spare time working with your kid, dude. After work, after school, people are tired, and they are still going to go meet with the kids and try to teach them the basics of baseball, football, basketball, you name it. So I always have sympathy and gratitude for coaches in the Little League and all that, because my son went through the ranks of Little League as well, and I even got to do a little coaching as well, even though I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Yo nomás era third base coach y me decía así, no es que tengo tierra.
Córrele para allá. Córrele para allá.
But it does take it, and
you know what, the hardest part about being a youth coach, and now I'm going on that tangent, is telling parents that, or trying to convince parents that, hey, your kid's just not that good. Because golly, man, most kids are not that good.
Pues ahora nomás les puedes decir, don't worry, we'll give him a participation trophy.
That's sad. That's sad.
It's true.
You know what I always hear is like, pues el coach nomás pone el chavalo de él, de pitcher or de, so I'm thinking, the way I think about it is, hey, well, he's the one taking his free time to teach all the kids, so let him see if he can help his little kid a little bit more. But of course, I don't have anything against that.
No, and I never did. My little girl, man, if you watch her, she's 10. She's a killer at every sport. But she plays less than every kid on the team. She doesn't play, the main spot, because I know that she's good. So I want to develop other kids. You know what I mean? I develop her at home.
Well, that's another way of thinking about it, of looking at it.
And there's some parents that just don't have the time. So if you're going to give me your kid for an hour and a half, for 2 days a week, I'm going to work with them. Because I know when I get home, or the other days that I don't practice, my little girl's going to get all the work she needs. So, I was always that kid, man. I was always that coach. Been doing it for 25 years. As a matter of fact, man, one guy, Michael Garcia, he just graduated. He's been coaching in La Jolla for 6 years. You know, he graduated college, been coaching 6 or 7 years. He comes up to me today, hey, I just applied at Veterans. He's like, chinga, pues let me see, you know, if we see what we can do, man. He said, Rick, I just got my master's, bro. And I coached Michael when he was in 5th grade. Man.
Wow.
How does that feel, bro?
Dude.
Wow.
When you see, you seen them as little kids,
man.
and they come in as men.
Yeah.
You know, accomplished men, you know.
And they credit you for helping them.
Yeah.
You know, porque
Yeah,
estos kids son los de Monterreito, bro.
Well,
You know, they're de Monterreito.
That's a high that no drug can give
No,
you.
absolutely not, man.
no, sir. No, sir.
Absolutely not. You know, you see these kids and you know, hey, Rick, I'm coaching my daughter's soccer team, and you know, I'm coaching against a kid that I used to coach.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, coach, you're gonna be coaching against me. I got my daughters playing like that, bro. It warms your heart, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't expect anything back in return when you do stuff like this. And I'm not the only volunteer coach out there, man. I mean, there's other guys that have done it just as long or longer than I have that do it for the same reasons, man. You just want to see kids smile.